Hello, welcome back to this channel. If you are new here, I welcome you. I am Virginie, an interior designer, and I deal with the houses that represent 100% who has to live them, from consulting to the entire renovation process. In this channel I will talk about home and renovation, trying to give you helpful tips so that you can have your dream house, a house that represents you in depth and where you will always feel at your ease. How about today we talk about luxurious houses? And no, not in the sense of homes with necessarily highly pricey things inside. Before we get started, if you love everything related to the topic of home and renovation, remember to subscribe to my channel for more information on this subject. And please don't forget to click the like button because it's the best way to support this channel and my content, and I truly appreciate it. The idea of having a luxurious home appeals to everyone, no doubt, but it is also a fact that you cannot always afford to spend large prices on furnishing. However, some little tricks will allow you to have a home that looks more luxurious and perhaps designed by an expert. Let's look at them together. No, don't think about the wallpapers our grandparents had. There are all kinds and for all tastes on the market today. Without necessarily opting for the super colored ones, which should not be banned, we missed it, think of a neutral color but ones that carries different textures. It is not mandatory to cover all four walls. You can also just do an accent wall or a bookcase background. The visual impact of the wallpaper is powerful and immediately gives the idea of something sophisticated and elegant. As the previous point, it has nothing to do with what our grandparents had. However, adding details like this means bringing in textures, but most importantly, the touch of elegance. These elements create visual interest and immediately make the room look richer. Again, it is not mandatory to use it, as with wallpaper, on all four walls, but you could use it in only one that will become the room's focal point. Be aware that this kind of decoration is suitable for classic style, but also modern and contemporary style. Chandeliers are items that can enhance the aesthetic of a room if properly chosen and placed. The chandeliers usually makes the ambient light, but if properly placed above the table or on the island, it will indeed help create a focal point by emphasizing that specific area. Depending on the chandelier you choose, you will undoubtedly add a touch of personality and style. Always consider when choosing the color, style, and materials you have chosen for the walls, furniture, and accessory. Try to create cohesion with the other elements in the house. When the chandelier falls on a rectangular table, remember to get it lengthwise, or put more than one so that you can suitably illuminate everything. We often have the habit of buying sofas and armchairs in agreement. However, putting an armchair or seats with contrasting shapes, materials and colors with a couch will give the room a different, more luxurious perception. Doing this is also a great way to bring a touch of color and different textures to that room and thus effectively break the monotony and make it more interesting. The room will look more elegant, sophisticated and studied. If the seating is totally different from the sofa, remember to justify it, perhaps by picking the color in the pillows, pictures, or other decorative objects. That will make the environment harmonious. You can find many different seats on the market and at all prices. What they have in common, as mentioned before, is that they will give emphasis and character to any room. Pillows are another beautiful way to bring in textures and colors. Putting a couple of pillows on the sofa that, as we said before, recall the different seat or some colors present in the decorations will give a sense of harmony and keep everything well balanced. Putting pillows on the bed is also a good idea. You can place them in various ways, creating beautiful compositions that will give importance and elegance to the bed. Taking off and putting on pillows every day takes a little time, of course, but it is an investment that the final result will amply repay. Curtains dress the home, bringing too textures and colors. They bring warmth and elegance. A pretty row of the anchored high up just below the ceiling and soft, well-draped curtains that come to lean on the floor will make any room look decidedly more sumptuous. It is not mandatory to have highly priced curtains. Even at IKEA you can find beautiful low-cost ones, but the dramatic effect that they give is really unique. If space allows, you can put drapery curtains also in the bathroom and kitchen, giving elegance and that extra touch to those two rooms as well. The mirror is functional for reflecting on oneself, but it is also an object that stands out in any room. Properly placed, it amplifies light and can even give the illusion of a larger space than it actually is. Spaces seem to flow better because its ability to reflect creates a kind of continuity, but most importantly, it provides a focal point that draws attention and enhances the room. Big mirrors resting on the floor or uniquely shaped ones will be able to give that extra touch of character and style. The human mind needs balance, and symmetry is a form of it. When you furnish and decorate, try to create some symmetries. You don't have to do it all the time. It might even be boring after a while, but for example, putting two equal table lamps at the ends of the console could be one way. Using symmetry with objects or some furniture will immediately give the impression of something definitely researched. Details can change the face of a room. So pay attention to finishes such as handles or faucets. I've already spoken about this in a previous video, but the same kitchen sink or cabinet with different faucets and handles will give different impressions. On the market you find endless variations of materials and shapes, both as faucets and handles, and at all prices. But these are details that can actually make a difference and make your home feel more luxurious. They are easily changeable elements that, correctly chosen, can give your home a touch of elegance and style. Plants bring color and textures into the home, and fresh flowers bring fragrance. All of these things elevate our perceptions of the ambience. Plants, as mentioned at other times, bring us back to the nature, allowing us to feel better. In particular, the scents of fresh flowers help lower anxiety. So, plants and flowers have a dual function. They bring beauty, elegance, and well-being too. Orchids, lavender, eucalyptus, and gardenia add a touch of elegance and a pleasant scent to any room. If you don't like cut flowers, you can also bring fragrance with candles and diffusers. Those will also be very effective in enhancing environment. Avoid fake plants and flowers except for the occasional small arrangement here and there. Then, if like me you are not exactly a green thumb, know that there are very easy to care for plants that are big talker, as Simona Borgia, the Human Garden, says in this video. I'll leave the link in the box below. One more note. It seems almost silly to say it, but clutter is really the opposite of luxury. So everything must be suitably stored and nothing out of place. The clutter otherwise could ruin all the study and work done. I hope the video was helpful and you love it. In case, let me know with a thumbs up and in the comments. Please feel free to share this video with someone you think might be interested in the topic. I will be honored and it will help me grow my channel. If you feel that your home or some environment of it does not reflect you enough, do not wait any longer and book your consultancy. You find my contact in the description box below. If you already haven't done it, remember to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you will not miss the upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye!